Hello, my name is Navigator, and in today's video we're going to go over my ultimate guide for the Fasnacht Day event in 2024. And I want to preface this by saying I am just getting over a cold. If you hear me clearing my throat, please do excuse me, but I want to try to get through this as quickly as possible and keep you guys up to date and informed with this wonderful event. This event, Fasnacht Day, is my favorite out of all of these seasonal events. I favor it because of the simplicity of it and, of course, the chance to get super rare rewards for the game. We will get into all that later in the video, of course. And, yeah, it's one of the most popular and most played events in the game, so why not make a kind of an omnibus guide on it? All right. With that out of the way, let's talk about what the Fasnacht event is. So, Fasnacht. It occurs in Helvetia, which is located in the forest region, and if you guys were curious, I will show you right now where that is. It is right here, pretty much smack dab in the middle of the forest region. Moving on, though, it happens every hour on the hour. The event lasts anywhere from 7 minutes to 20 minutes, depending on how many participants you have and how quickly you get through it. Maybe there's some glitches along the way, some bugs. That doesn't really tend to happen too much, though. Robots will roam around the town in parade fashion, making stops where you will kill enemies and collect little items and deposit them once reaching a goal. What else do we have here? Event ends by killing a legendary enemy, a Mega Sloth. It will always be a Mega Sloth, and you need to collect and deposit certain items, like I said. Rewards are maximized when all 5 robot parade members survive. And like you saw there is a special guest joining me today, that being Monke. And there he is in his trademark mask. I wish there was a robot mask that we could get like that in the event. That'd be pretty sweet. Moving on, though, before we get into the real nitty-gritty of all this, I want to give you a little bit of some background on some Fasnacht history. So Fasnacht is a Swiss, German, and Austrian, I don't know why I said it like that, Austria, isn't that how they say it? Regardless, though, Swiss, German, Austrian holiday similar to a carnival that made its way to the U.S. with the influx of German immigrants during the 17th and 18th centuries. The term Fasnacht is translated to carnival in German and has the same name as the flagship fried Fasnacht donut. In real life, the donut is kind of the highlight of the parade. I think I saw somebody recently who went to Fasnacht somewhere, maybe in Pennsylvania. That's where the Pennsylvania Dutch live. And they had the donut, got to see all the masks. That is super cool. That donut, though, you can actually get a plan for it in this event, which we are going to be going over right now. So yeah, what kinds of plans and rewards will you be getting from Fasnacht? Well, one, of course, is going to be a Fasnacht mask, one of these beautiful masks. And I'm sure you guys know by now, I am a connoisseur of apparel and headwear in this game. I do currently have at least one version of every different Fasnacht mask in the game. But continuing, the rewards that we have, in no particular order, that you'll get from this event is one random Fasnacht mask. In just a little bit, we will go over what those masks are. Continuing on, though, you will also get a Fasnacht plan or recipe, and those are as follows. The Fasnacht balloons, the Fasnacht branch garlands, the Fasnacht confetti pile, the Fasnacht flagpole, the hanging ribbons, the hanging snowflakes, the Helvetia garland, the mounted flag, mounted ribbons, party streamers, pole lantern, ribbons pole, Mega Sloth pelt rug, Old Man Winter effigy, or a bonfire, as I guess you could say, the Fasnacht donut, like I mentioned, and the Fasnacht sausage. If you if you are playing this event for the first time, you will receive the Fasnacht beer stein along with the Fasnacht display. And let me show off some of these rewards for you real fast. So right here, with kind of this bearded guy on it, that is going to be the Fasnacht beer stein. And yeah, it's pretty cool. I think easily one of my favorites. Some other things that I have here, up here, I believe these are the hanging garlands, or the hanging branches, right there next to the Grafton Monster Hand. That's the name of the enemy. Over here, though, we do have the mounted flag, or the pole lantern. No, excuse me. This is the ribbons pole right here. And then up here in one of the corners, right there, you will have the, I don't even know what these things are, the mounted garland, mounted something, but plans like these colorful kind of party plans are ones that you can expect from this event. If you guys did want to go in depth, there are plenty of other creators out there that have actual images of all those plans, or you can just look it up for yourself. Moving on, though, to the most important part of this, what masks can you get from the Fasnacht event? So I have some of them on display up here. These are not all of them. These are mainly just my rare ones, but in no particular order. Actually, they are in some order. Starting with the regular, kind of common, the everyday masks. Those are going to be the Giant, the Owl, the Soldier, the Toothy Man, the Witch, Goblin, Jester, Skull, and Sun. So if you have any of those masks, they're pretty common, not very rare. Actually, really not that rare at all, but it might be worth reselling, which is another point that we will get into very soon. Moving on to the rare masks. It's kind of just, there's like common ones and then just the rare ones. So be on the lookout for these. The Brahmin mask, the Buffoon mask, the Crazy Guy mask, the Deathclaw mask, Demon, Raven, the Father Winter helmet, and the Winter Man mask. Let me go over some of these masks for you so you guys know what they look like. This one right here is the Brahmin mask, and it is the same one that Monke is wearing. Let me go down here. You guys can get a better view of that, so there you go. One of my favorites, the first rare mask that I actually got from this event. Moving on, though, this one right here, the Jester, excuse me, not the Jester, the Buffoon. Don't get those flipped around. They are somewhat similar, but the Buffoon is very rare. Right here we have the Crazy Guy mask, and next to that is the Deathclaw. Moving on, we have the Demon, the Fiend, the Hag, and the Loon. And these three are, up until today, until today, these will be the newest masks that were added. They were added back in 2022, I believe, and these are some of the rarest ones you can get. My favorite of the three being the Fiend. Moving on, though, we have the, the Fasnacht Man mask. Not super rare, but I kind of threw it up there. In my opinion, the rarest one you can possibly get, the Winterman mask. And then over here, I forget. That's an Atomic Shop one. I forget the name of it right now, but don't worry about that one. This one here, the King, is from the Atomic Shop last year as well. And the Moonman one right here, I do believe that this used to be part of the event, but they since added it to the Atomic Shop. This will be available in the shop, I'm sure, at some point this week. But for the most part, these are the masks you're going to be keeping an eye out for. All right, moving on from there. Okay, I did want to mention this. There are going to be some new masks added to the loot pool this year. We kind of didn't have that last year. They instead were in the Atomic Shop, and I thought that was the route we were going to go this year as well, but we do have some good news. So, we go over these new rewards. We have a Scorch Beast Queen beer stein, similar to the ones you can see on the right-hand side of your screen right now, a bell wall display, and we will also be having some Fasnacht bells. Not exactly sure what those are, but DTT Gamer does have pictures of those in his most recent Fasnacht video. Moving on from there to the more important stuff, we are going to have some new masks. There are going to be variants of the Blue Devil, the Honeybee, and the Scorch Beast Queen masks, but I believe that the kind of the normal variants of those will be thrown into the regular mask loot pool, so we have something to grind for, something new to grind for this year in Fasnacht. Moving on, though, just a little bit of information about these masks. They do have a 5% chance to drop upon completing the event perfectly, and you may go all 2 weeks without getting any of the rare masks. It has happened to me, happened to plenty of people. I mean, there's been times where I've only gotten one, and I've put in, a lot of work over a course of 2 weeks, so be prepared to be disappointed. That's the best thing I can say there. However, more likely than not, you will get at least one mask. And then, let's see what else we got here. I think that kind of wraps up the set in stone information about Fasnacht. What we're going to do now is we're going to head to Helvetia, and I'm going to give you guys some tips and tricks about things you can do to maximize your time playing Fasnacht. So Monke, if you will kindly follow me, we are going to head to the wonderful, beautiful German-Swiss town of Helvetia. Seems like some people are there already. Wonderful. I'll meet you guys there. Oof. Love this. Oh, I'm so excited, guys. Can't wait for Fasnacht to start, but I'll tell you, my girlfriend, not a big fan of it. She hears those words Fasnacht, and she is like, oh, good grief. I'm never going to see my boyfriend for the next 2 weeks. All right, though. So this is Helvetia, a wonderful spot. And what we're going to do now is talk about some tips that you're not going to hear from anybody else aside from your old friend Navigator. All right, maybe I'll lie a little bit on that, but these are my tips for how to be the best possible, player, contender, participant in Fasnacht. Number 1, AFK the event. I'm going to get it out of the way, folks. I know it's kind of scummy, but at this point, it is almost proper etiquette to be AFKing the event. Yeah, well, like I said, 5% chance for these things to drop, so it is very hard to get them. You might as well do everything you can to be there for the event, even if you're not at your controller. So, yes, well, I went over that a little bit. I market this tactic not so much to sweats or to pros, but for people who are in a similar position like me, where you work, or you have school, or you just have stuff to do, and you can't always be there 24/7 on your Xbox, on your console, on your PC, whatever it is. This is a good tip. Just stand somewhere. Just stand here. As long as you're in the proximity of the event, you will be there for its completion, and you will get a reward. Just make sure that you do not disconnect. If you don't have a camp or a survival tent, which we'll kind of get into in a little bit here, this is a nice space right here. There's going to be a little band here, and you actually have to play these instruments in order to complete the event. So even though you won't be there, you will actually be putting in some work. And I do apologize. It seems that we have some guests here, but who knows? Maybe my almost level 1000 companion here will be able to take care of them for me. You gonna sing us a song? There we go. Beautiful. All right, so moving on, though, kind of in the same vein, we're going to talk about Fasnacht Camps. There are some interesting places where you can put down your camps that are very close, and you will be in the proximity of the event. One of them, in the place that I'll be building my camp, is right here, kind of on the side of this little creek here at the bottom of Horizon's Rest. I love this little area right here. Super sweet if you want to build a nice little cabin, something along those lines. And yeah, there's some other good spots over there to the west. What is it? Yeah, even more west on the other side of the church, way over there. But the reason you're going to want to build these camps is because they are incredibly beneficial to you and other players. Primarily because you'll be able to deposit and scrap and craft all your stuff a lot easier if you have a camp location nearby. Yeah, proximity to the event, you know, you can put a little chair down in your camp and you can just AFK it there. The number one thing, though, I do have to say is that it promotes your vendor. You guys know me. I love apparel. I love a good bargain, stuff like that. I love to buy and sell in this game. One of my favorite parts about it, and Fasnacht is a time of year when everybody starts playing. Everybody is playing the event. There's a lot of foot traffic here through Helvetia, so you might as well throw your little vendor down and try to sell some stuff. Yeah, in my experience, players visit players' shops during Fasnacht more than any other point in the year. Could be biased on that, but you know that's just kind of what I'm seeing, and it's just a great way to show off your mask collection, you know, your Fasnacht Plan collection, or just showing off your camp, or maybe your like little roleplay group or your YouTube channel, like I do. It's kind of a great way to promote your vendor and promote yourself. So there you go, and I'll kind of have a little video talking about my camp, and maybe you guys can get some ideas from that. Moving on, though, camps can be placed in strategic locations around Helvetia, like at the base of the hill and Horizon's Rest, like I talked about, and then, of course, back over there by that church to the west. Some other tips that I have: in your free time, check as many vendors as you can to find rare masks and stack up on your vendor. Lots of places will cheaply dispose of their Fasnacht plans or masks, and you can use those to beef up your vendor if you were to put down a camp here. Don't have 30 Jester Goblin Berets in your vendor, all right? I'm pretty sure that's legally entrapment, okay? I don't want to look on the map at somebody's camp who's got, you know, like 30 to 60 apparel items. I go in there, it's just 60 berets. Nah, as LA Knight would say. Yes, one thing that I kind of want to talk about here is obviously there's going to be a lot of hype around these masks. A lot of people are going to be gunning for them. A lot of people are going to be buying and selling them. Not only can you go to players' vendors to pick them up, but you can also go to looking for group posts here on Xbox or anything similar on PC or on PlayStation. You can also use Discord. But Monke here kind of advised me to a big factoid on that, and that is scams. There are a lot of scammers when it comes to Fasnacht masks. Personally, I've been scammed for a legacy, even though it doesn't matter anymore. I was scammed for a legacy trying to get a Winterman mask. We all fall for it. Do not be me. Don't fall in that same line. Listen, if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Go with your gut and never, ever drop. First, if you are privy to Discord, you might as well get a courier. If you don't know what that is, you know, I'm sure I can answer it in the comments, but hopefully you guys do. One of the final tips that I do have here is going to be server hopping. Server hopping is I mean, I don't really know if anybody else does this, but I just kind of started doing it. There will be times where you tend to finish the event from like 5 to 7 minutes, and you finish it really, really fast. You might have some time to hop into another server and get the tail end of another event. It happens a lot. Sometimes it doesn't really work. You might not get there in time, but a lot of times it does, and that way you might be able to get 2, if not 3 different masks from just one hourly event. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Once again, it doesn't really work from time to time, but then again, I don't know. Sorry, folks. A little distracted here with whatever the heck is going on over there. Somebody owns that thing? Jeez. All right, but yeah, server hopping. Nice tip if you want to get kind of a double hitter there. And yeah, I'm trying to see what else I've got here, folks. The final tip, final tip, I do promise, as I'm watching this Mega Sloth slowly make his way across the road, is to make sure that you save up your caps. Use this event to your advantage. You will be getting some legendary items. It's a good way to get script. There's treasury notes as well. You can get gold bullion and caps. And like I said, put your vendor down and you'll be able to kind of buy and sell really anything. It just kind of brings a lot of foot traffic there. Like I said earlier too, the camp is a good way to promote yourself. I'll be promoting my YouTube channel. I know there's a lot of groups out there, like roleplay groups. Great way for you guys to recruit and things like that. The most important tip here, though, is to have fun with Fasnacht. Like I said, a lot of people show up for this event. It is a great way to make friends and yeah, just to kind of build relationships with others as long as you're not a scammer. Folks, that's pretty much all that I have for this little guide. I do apologize for kind of being here and there. Maybe my voice sounds a little funny. I am getting over a cold, but hopefully this is everything that you need to know about the Fasnacht event. Quick recap here. The event happens in Helvetia every hour on the hour for the next 2 weeks, ending February 27th. You have a chance, a 5% chance every time, as long as you kind of save all the robots and get it done perfectly, to get a rare mask. Those masks can be anywhere from 20 to 40k caps in value, or even more than that. And you can have to trade a super awesome gun for it or something like that. And then yeah, I'm trying to think what else, folks. Build a camp, make sure that you have your friends, and then just have some fun. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that, but I do appreciate your support. Once again, I do apologize getting over a cold here. I got to go take a disease cure or something like that. I don't know. You got a disease cure, Monkey, I could borrow? Don't worry about it. That's okay. But, folks, that is all that I have for you in this video, and I will see you here in Helvetia tomorrow for the start of Fasnacht 2024. Thanks again to Monkey for joining me, and as always, my name is Navigator. Have a nice day. Take care.